From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
Welcome to Horse's Mouth. I'm your host, Chris Budihas. We're down here at Lynch's Pub at Jacksonville Beach, and I'm here with Andrew and Dave with Pulley. Gentlemen, how are you doing?
How's it going?
It's good to see you.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, no, thanks for coming to the bar. You know, always on the first interview I did today, they would tell me we had free beer, but hey, last interview today, we're great. So tell me about what you guys do. Tell me about this bullet pulley.
So this is an early prototype right here. It's basically a pulley that will attach to any power rack, any brand, any style, and allow you to do like commercial gym exercises.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why did you create it?
So
What's your background and qualifications to have this contraption? Tell us about the whole gym space you're in.
So what happened really was during COVID,
Yeah.
when gyms shut down, I had a garage gym with a power rack similar to this. It was like a pulley system.
Yeah.
And I was like, how awesome is this? Everyone should have one of these in their garage.
Yeah.
So I was working out and I was like, I need to get these in our gym. I need to get these in other people's garages. So we started just playing around and making different things try and work. We got with like a local fabricator.
Okay.
Who does like welding and steel and all plastic injection molding, and maybe like a year
Okay.
of trial and error.
Yeah.
And we finally got one that worked,
Yeah.
and then that was it.
So extremely durable, obviously. You look at it and then people would be like, I'm going to put a lot of weight on there. It can hold the weight.
Yeah, I think 400 pounds.
Yeah, we
Oh,
put,
wow.
we
Okay.
put them through the ringer at the
Yeah.
gym. I mean,
Okay.
Yeah, it could take a beating, yeah.
So Dave, how did you get into this?
So my background is transportation and logistics.
Yeah.
And then I started my own company, which was an e-commerce company.
Okay. What's the name of the company? May I ask?
iRocker paddleboards.
Okay.
I built that up. We sold that to a private equity firm after about 5 years, and then I started working
must
out
have
at
felt
Tighten
good.
Up. It did. It felt
Yeah.
great. We sold that. That transaction happened right during COVID.
Okay.
Which was great because everybody knows what happened to the outdoor industry, and during
Yeah.
COVID, things
Yeah.
went nuts. I mean, so it was great. And then when I started working out at Tighten Up, when I started having some more free time, Andy knew, just working out with him, he had, he found out what my background was, and he started telling me about, these products, the ideas for, and I just told him, I'll help you out.
Okay.
Let me kind of tell you what we did. I've got, this basically pedigree of, I've got these people that I work with in China. I got people I work with in India for e-com, the websites and ads and everything. And so we just kind of started working from there. And
What a great partnership.
Yeah, it just kind of blossomed, I guess.
It's funny, I had people ask me like, hey, you started your own business, how hard is it? I said, well, in the state of Florida, you can start your own business in 36 hours. It's pretty easy. Now, running a business, a lot harder.
Completely different.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? What did you learn from, this space? Because you own gyms. You're creating things.
Nothing about e-commerce or inventing something. So when Dave came along, he's like, hey, I kind of have the blueprint. I've been down this road before. I was like, I pictured myself kind of like where you guys started, selling it on Craigslist. I don't know what I'm doing. So I was kind of lost. So it was a whole different animal than hands-on work, which is what I'm used to. Like training, coaching, managing people. This is something that's moving while you're asleep.
That's awesome.
Sales are happening while you're asleep at night, and you have to wake up and figure out, how do we get these out the door?
How do you get proper
How do we get people to pick them up?
Yeah.
So it was wild, but totally different than anything I've done before.
How long have you guys been in the market, Dave?
This will be 3 years.
Yeah, we're on
3 years. Okay.
Yeah.
And what's been the response from the market?
It's been great. Where it really shines is home gyms. I mean,
home
home gyms. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, whenever I first got involved, I was thinking, okay, we're going to be looking at, gyms,
Golds,
right?
Fitness,
yeah, right,
whatever.
exactly.
Yeah,
But no, where it's at is really the home gyms, is because people are looking for, these, this is so minimalistic compared to like some of the other products out there. I mean, you can set up a full pulley system on a gym rack, or some people actually don't even use a full gym
Don't even
rack.
have a rack.
They set it
Okay.
up to make it work in their
Yeah.
space.
A lot of people have shown us different ways to use it than we even thought.
No kidding.
Yeah, I mean, they're an apartment complex with no space at all, but that's what this was designed to do, is you could be right back there behind the bar and
Yeah.
using this pulley system
That's-
with a load of weight
Yeah.
on it.
That's funny because when you think about it, when you're building that home gym, there's like that incremental build, but there's a finite amount of space. So if you got
So
a pulley
finite.
system with your rack, then you don't have to buy the other things.
Other things,
And it's
or
cost
incre-
effective too, right?
or increase the load. And a lot of
Yeah.
people that I didn't realize, they work out on like a second floor.
Yeah.
So they can't even load up a whole rack. And imagine putting it together and taking it apart and getting it upstairs.
Yeah.
So that's where this thing shines, because they're like, shoot, I'm bring this up there and I'm ready to go.
Right.
They already have their weights or dumbbells set.
So how are you guys marketing, and then how are you actually getting the sales and delivery? Is it all e-commerce? On
Yeah,
your
it's
website?
all e-commerce.
Yeah.
99.5% of sales are all
Okay.
e-commerce. And it's, I got a team that I've worked with for years that handles like all the website maintenance
Okay.
and all the, all the Google ads. But yeah, it's all through internet,
Okay.
website, just through the website. One of the things that I did with my previous company is we started on Amazon.
Okay.
And with Amazon, we started where 90% of our sales were Amazon, and then it was like a big push to get to 90% of our sales
Yeah.
through our website. Well, we kind of went backwards. I said, no, we don't want to do that, because once you go to Amazon, people start Amazon. There's just a lot of reasons. There's a lot of reasons you want to sell on Amazon, and a lot of reasons you don't want to sell on Amazon. So we kind of went the opposite direction, and we just pushed everything through the website, which has actually been worked really, really well for this company.
That's wonderful, especially
Yeah.
your experience and you guys teaming up together. You could
Yeah.
bring that knowledge forward, because you may have done that just the opposite. So,
Right.
is there much competition out there, Andy, in this space? Or
We've had some like copycats, but
Yeah.
not much competition for like a single pulley like this, or
Okay.
a double pulley. There's a lot of like cable systems, cable machines, but they're far more expensive and like elaborate.
Okay.
So as far as just simplicity,
Yeah,
there hasn't been much competition.
that's
So
good.
we've done really well. I mean, our fabricator did an over-the-top fabrication. That's
Yeah.
his name. He did an awesome job with this. Because you saw the original piece, which
Yeah.
they won't see on TV, but
Right.
not much competition. We had a couple copycats, but the patent that we have kind of helped us enforce that.
Yep.
Kind of put the foot
I
down.
was saying to Dave off camera.
Yeah.
I'm like, patents matter. I'm keeping my patent attorney. He's living pretty good. But it matters when you want to protect your IP, because people will copycat you.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely. Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
so fast.
Yeah.
And it's frustrating, You're like, what can we do? But we had the patent, so
Yeah.
haven't seen anything since. But I'm sure there's, it'll happen
It'll
again
happen
and again
Yeah,
and again.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So last question. This is totally bullet pulley unrelated. Jacksonville, you live here, you love it here. What's the one thing you would change if you had the opportunity to? Start with you, Andy.
I
We go to
already-
Dave if you want.
I already know. I do. I
Yeah.
love it here, but what I've noticed is I'm from South Florida,
Yeah.
but I've been living here for 25 years, so I just feel like this is my real home.
Yeah.
The traffic has gotten out of hand in these 25 years.
Yeah.
I don't know how to solve it though, so I can't complain, but that would be my number one thing here, is how do we avoid, it takes 30 minutes to get anywhere. Down the street, 30 minutes. So that's my only, other than that, I love it here.
And not to rain on your parade here, but we're going to have another 500,000 they're saying 500,000 to 700,000 people moving here in the next decade. So a friend that's at my gym, he works for Florida Department of Transportation. I'm like, get on it now.
Wait,
Start building
how
this
many people?
road. 500,000 to 700,000
In how long?
a decade.
Oh boy.
Yeah, brace for impact.
Seems like New York
Or move
City.
to South Georgia. No, I'm just kidding. What about you, Dave? What would you change?
Man, I don't know. I don't know if there's much I would change. I grew up in Southern Illinois,
Yeah.
dealing with all the seasons, the super cold weather, super hot during the summer.
Yeah.
moved here. I love the weather. When I first moved here, I moved to Middleburg, not knowing what I was doing.
I'm from there.
Okay.
God bless you.
I mean, nothing against it. I love where I live. It was great. It's just the traffic over there
terrible.
Is so bad.
That Buckman Bridge makes my stomach kind of
Oh,
turn.
yeah.
Now that I'm out here down the road, I love it.
You're free.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. So how do folks, Andy, find Bullet Pulley?
Just bulletpulley.com. We're
Bulletpulley.com.
lucky to get
Too
a
easy.
simple website. We have an Instagram page, Facebook. It's all the same, just Bullet Pulley.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Now, thanks for coming in. Appreciate you coming and share your
Yeah,
story.
absolutely.
I'm looking forward to seeing more Bullet Pulley in my
Yeah.
gym. I'm going to go ask the owner tomorrow, like, hey, where's Bullet Pulley at? And I'll give him your card. So thanks again,
All right,
guys.
yeah,
Thanks,
thank
Dave.
you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Andy. Appreciate
you,
it.
yeah.
Hey, cheers to you both.
Yeah.
Cheers.
All right, we'll
Thank
fill
you.
those back up. All right,
Yeah.
folks, come on down to Lynch's anytime. The Horse's Mouth. Tom McManus will be back soon. We'll see you our next segment. Live with gratitude.